Welcome to Cycling Videos Online, your destination to begin your indoor cycling adventures. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me. We're going to have a really beautiful workout. We are in Olympic Valley, California, formerly known as Squaw, where the, 1966 Olympics were? I was born in 66. So I'm not sure. I don't think I was really paying much attention. Well, we're in for a nice little workout. This is going to be a nice, moderate intensity, fairly steady state workout for 30 minutes. And what we're just doing now is getting those legs warmed up as we're descending out of the ski area. So just keep those legs moving, 60, 80 RPM. Get the blood flowing, and let's get this ride started. I'm going to teach you a little bit about how to use the dashboard. That's the graphics overlaid there. I want you to be comfortable with that. And even if you've watched this before, go e-biker. Then you know how to use that, so you can get fired up whenever you want. You don't have to wait for me to tell you what to do. But for those of you maybe riding for the first time, I want you to be real comfortable with what we're doing. So right now we are pedaling at a cadence of 85 RPM, 90 now. And if you're looking at the metrics there on the bottom left, you'll notice it's telling us 90 RPM in that little white box. See the little spinning wheel. If you don't have a cadence sensor, you can follow that. So our legs are moving along pretty good. We're coming down just a nice fast descent into Tahoe City. Just one of the cities that surrounds beautiful South Lake Tahoe. And hey, if you enjoyed this content, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and subscribe, because I'm going to be releasing these fairly regularly throughout the winter. Give you guys something to do on those cold, dark days. I want you to have fun working out. And what you're seeing is a nice 30-minute snippet of the full 2-hour workout. It's enough to get you a nice little warm-up, but if you really want to watch the whole thing, experience the entire tour, please come join us at cyclingvideosonline.com, where we have the complete unedited ride, uninterrupted. Continuity is kind of my thing. I like there to be a start and a stop to everything, so when you're done with your workout, you're going to feel a really nice sense of accomplishment, and there's a purpose to each one. So pedaling 85 RPM, and those to the left of that 85, you'll see resistance of 5. Use that if you're on your spin bike. Gives you an idea of what the current resistance is like on this trail. And this is a particularly tricky one to follow. Don't be spring-loaded to change gears or resistances too quickly, because all these bike trails kind of undulate. So you've got these short little climbs, short little descents, so you'd be changing that resistance like constantly. So right now we're glued to a nice 5 out of 10 on that resistance. Now if down to a 4. Pedaling at 85 RPM. What's important to note is that on the far left there is your heart rate, target heart rate for this section of the ride. And all these metrics are synchronized with the trail, so you're getting a real-time effort, real-time everything, really helping you simulate the ride and getting into the workout. Here we go, a little climb here, adding some resistance, 8 out of 10, keeping that cadence up to 80 RPM. Short little climb. Again, the undulating trail type of thing, and bringing that resistance down to a 3, pedaling cadence at 90. Notice that heart rate spike right up to 87%. So we're working it. We're feeling it. If you're not up there yet, that's okay. In the video, we're heading back, so you missed the way out. And so heart rates are already pretty established in those anaerobic zones, so you may have to work up to it. If you're not there, just keep pedaling, get that heart rate up. So heart rate 79%, 80%, resistance down to a 1. We're going to come down the little hill here, pedaling at 70 RPM, letting that heart rate kind of come down, coasting. Enjoy a little break, enjoy this beautiful view along the Truckee River Trail now. Truckee River Trail is this just beautiful maintained trail that starts in Truckee, California, all the way out to Tahoe City here, where we're about to cross over the river. And so we can just kind of soft pedal it here. We've got that was our warm up. So when we start our trek back to the ski area, we're going to really pick it up, and we're going to be on the Lake Shore Highway, sharing space with the cars. Now the trails have really come a long way out here since since the 90s when I first came out here. And I mean, you can, for the most part, these trails are pretty continuous. This trail, I think, will go all the way to the ski area, I think Homewood, and ends there. I don't think it goes any farther than that, but you know, you can share the road with the highway. It's not horrible. It's kind of narrow and it gets windy and lots of climbs, but there's not a ton of traffic, and they tend to look out for you. So this is a really beautiful place to ride. This particular workout is from the America's Most Beautiful collection that you can find on cycling videos online. And it was inspired by the America's Most Beautiful bike ride, which is an organized event that goes around the entire lake. It's about 70 miles, or if you want to add another 30 miles, you can go down to Truckee and back, and that'll give you a little over 100 miles. So what we're doing is exploring the cool parts that I enjoy, that are scenic, and that I can make a nice round trip loop. So I'm not going to have enough material or battery to do the full 70 miles on this particular ride. It's a tough. I did the AMB once, and it wasn't easy. There's some pretty gnarly climbs, especially on the east side of the lake, and then there's a lot of short, steep climbs on the southwest side of the lake. But it's really, really pretty. There's just a lot of traffic in parts, so you got to be careful. But the trails are starting to kind of become a little bit more prominent out here, out in Incline. There's a beautiful trail. We'll do that workout next. Look for the Incline Village Loop on cycling videos and online. And that one is really pretty, as well as this one. All right, get that cadence up, 80. Now we're coasting again as we're making our way back to the highway. You can see it's right there off to our left. This trail is nice, it's continuous, but it just kind of crisscrosses over the highway too many times. I don't like being on this trail, so we're going to jump on the highway. It's a nice shoulder, and we can kind of open up. So let's go ahead and add some resistance to the legs as we're climbing here, only 70 RPM. Resistance of 8 out of 10. Heart rate's going up to 75%. We're in our big ring up front now. If you're on your bicycle and a trainer, you're going to use that 52.9 now to simulate the climb. This little effort here. It's only 60 RPM. We're at a resistance of 10 out of 10. And the gearing recommendation is telling you to go into your hardest gearing combination. So your big ring up front, now 7.6 in the back. Heart rate's at 83%. So we brought that heart rate up for that nice short little pitch. Bringing that cadence up to 80. Dropping it into that small ring up front, 42. And a 7 in the back. Haven't really gone over that. Let's talk about that a little bit. At 42 is telling you what gear in the front. So you got a big ring and a small ring. 42 is your small ring. 52 is your big ring. Now that's 6. That's telling us what gear you should be in the back. So assuming you have 10 in the back, 1 is your easiest gear in the back, so your larger cog, and a 10 is your hardest in the back, your smallest cog. So at a 42.1, which we're coming close to right now, 42.2, 80 RPM, nice easy resistance on the legs. That change should be almost in your easiest gear in the back, just 1 gear harder, now 2, so we drop to a 42.3. Bringing that pedaling cadence up to 95 RPM, nice and fast, nice fast pedaling cadence, easy resistance, and 42.4. So we're putting in the next more difficult gear at a 42.5. That chain should be just about in the middle of your cassette. Take a glance behind you. Now at a 42.7, 42.8, bringing up that resistance. So each higher gear, you're feeling those legs a little more. And bringing that cadence up to 100. So we're working it here. We're going for some speed. This part gets a little challenging, so try to stay on. Don't get dropped by the metrics. Try to keep up. It's not a long workout. We got a nice smooth road, and we're going to pedal for what we're worth. 1 gear easier. Got a little climb, but then we're going to have a nice fast descent. It's fun, but we're going to keep the speed and the efforts up. Adding a little harder resistance. 42.9. Cadence at 85. Look at that heart rate. 93%. You're working here. Come on. If I'm out of breath, so I'm doing this with you. Big ring up front. 52.4. And small ring up front. And bring that resistance down. Easiest gear. Easy resistance. Coming back up though for this climb. Hey, there's my buddy. Adding resistance. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy crap. 42.8. 85 RPM. Heart rate 92%. Keep that cadence up. Let's go. We're not slowing down for anyone. We'll have a nice recovery once we get to the trail into Homewood. For now, that sun is starting to get low. Shadows are long. Headlights are on. We're keeping our speed up. Good job. Let's go. Nice. Coming to that downhill. Telling you about 100 RPM. Let's go. 105. Come on, legs. Get moving. Nice and fast here. Come on. Good job. Yeah, so Lake Tahoe, very, very cool place. Resistance coming up. Very cool place to spend some time. Get on your bike. I couldn't tell you when I prefer being here. Summer or winter. Winter's good. So much snow, but there's amazing skiing and snowshoeing and there's activities year-round. But sometimes the snow gets almost impossible to deal with. Spend more time shoveling than you do living. Keeping that cadence up. And the summers never get hot. It's always nice. But they're short summers, so if you get a chance to come out in the summer, take it. Summers are dry. Don't get much rain. In the winter, though, you'll see 6 to 8 feet of snow routinely. Bringing that cadence, or keeping the cadence up, bringing up the resistance. I am out of breath. Come on. Keep charging ahead. A little easier on the legs. Heart rate, 91%. So that heart rate is max threshold heart rate. So right now, we're working hard, but we're still below a time trial effort. Time trial effort would be 100%. We're at 90%. So you should be feeling it. But when you're done, you should be able to walk out of here on 2 legs. Time trial efforts, 100% is 100%. A lot of people don't realize how hard racing a time trial is till they do it, and it's you against the clock, and by the end of it, you're losing the contents of your stomach and you're losing control of your legs. I mean, that's 100%. So what you're feeling now is a good, tough effort, but not 100%. So it's sustainable, it's fast, it's hard enough. Build that a real anaerobic base. build that mental toughness, build your focus, body awareness, knowing where you're at, heart rate. Is important. Having awareness of your body. What I like about these videos is that you can think about things like, how am I feeling in relationship to what the numbers are saying, and what are your own numbers. So how are you feeling at this particular heart rate? Learning how to assign resistance and RPE values to yourself, or their, rated perceived exertion, gives you a nice idea of where you need to be to facilitate whatever your training goals are, whether they're for weight loss or strength or speed, adding resistance. And so you could sustain those thresholds better when you have an awareness of where each is at. So right now, 94%, we're working it here. Keeping those legs turning. Beautiful lake view there. See that sun coming down. There's non-stop here, so when we pull off the highway, you can take a break. For now, let's work. These are short videos. If you want to challenge yourself more, cyclingvideosonline.com. Do the full workout. Do the full ride. Experience the locations and the actual efforts to finish longer rides. Whether they're hill climbs or time trials or racing, each one develops something different inside you. Got a nice little climb here. Feeling some positive pressure on the legs. 80 RPM. Let's go. Taking some weight off the legs, keeping the cadence up. Nice, good sweat going. It's the holidays. You got plenty of energy to burn. So don't stop, don't quit. This section is tough, even though it's short. Keep it going. We're almost there. Nice job. Let's go. Easy on the legs here. Cadence nice and high. Take a drink as soon as we get off the trail or off the road and onto the trail. Adding some resistance. Just a little bit. little bit more. Little pitch here. Take some off. I think we're easiest gear. Might be getting off here. Nope. Adding a little. Whew. We're bringing the effort down quite a bit here. Heart rate's down to 85%. So it's a big lake, yeah. 70-mile round trip on this road. We're heading south and we're on the west side of the lake, heading towards South Lake Tahoe, but we won't see that. Not on this video. The full America's Most Beautiful collection actually starts in like near Carson City. Here we go. And climbs up Kingsbury Grade, which is super tough climb. And it ends at the top of that climb. That's the first video. It's a couple hours long. The next one, we start at the summit and descend down to South Lake Tahoe. And then we ride out to Half Moon Bay, I think it's called. No. What's the name of that lagoon? I can't think of it right now. Well, the blood is in my legs. And then this one you're watching here now is a part of part 3, the Squaw Loop. And then the fourth one is the incline loop, which has some really beautiful lake views and some tough climbs. They're all really great. It's just a great collection. Go check it out. Adding some resistance for this little pitch here, but our cadence is not too high, so we're not going too hard. Just enough to feel it. And back down. Good job. Warming down the legs here. Almost there. I'm gonna take a drink. All right, good job. You have finished your workout. You can watch this to the end. I'm going to ride to the end with you. Just keep it simple. Let those legs and that heart rate wind back down. Get off the bike when you're at 70% or less. Again, I'm going to release these videos once a week through winter as best I can. They take a lot of work, as you can see. So hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join me every week for the Workout Wednesdays. And I love knowing that there are that you're suffering along with me. So thank you for that. All right, this is Paul, and I am signing out. We'll see you next time.